universities across the country, including Cambridge, Oxford, LSE, King's, you name it, there will be a KC-SOC there. So if you want to pass one already, please feel free to sign up. I'm putting all of our information in the chat right now, but we are a society where we spread wellness, well-being and self-care all over, but we hit the root of all of it. So Krishna consciousness, it's all from the East, and we take it all from Eastern scripture, Eastern wisdom. And we host these flagship sessions every single month, and we're kicking off with our series Meet the Monk, where you may have the opportunity to hear from investment bankers or publicists or editors, but how often have you had the opportunity to hear from a monk? Today we provide you with that opportunity, and we're very, very fortunate to announce we have His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj. Lokanath Maharaj is in India right now, and he has been a monk in the Krishna consciousness movement for over 45 years. He's travelled to Europe, he's travelled to Asia, he's travelled to Africa and India, hosting talks all about this wisdom, and we're so fortunate to have him here with us today. And he will be facilitated by Jagannath Kirtanananda, who is the head of kind of ISKCON up north. He's a project manager by profession, but he undergoes a lot of projects around healthcare, well-being and sustainability. So just a few ground rules. Please have your cameras on so they're able to interact with you. And also, if you have any questions, please post in the chat, or please post to me or the facilitators directly, and we'll be answering your questions throughout. So we really hope you enjoy this session. Thank you so much for coming with us today on your fun day. And yeah, we'll now pass it over to Lokanath Swami and Jagannath Kirtanananda. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, everyone, and thank you so much for joining. And wow, we're speaking to His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj. How are you doing today, Maharaj? How's everything in India?
I'm happy.
Just as a cool, smooth operator, thank you so much. It's so nice to have you. And today, the group we've got, we've got university students. I can see some other members joining, so enthusiastically joining. So we want to talk about, some of the members have not met a monk before. And you are a living, breathing monk as well.
I'm surprised I have not met a monk as of yet.
No, but it's so nice to have you, and like for me, it's so nice to talk to you again. And before we start, because we got a lot of university students on, like I know yourself, I love to hear about your youth, your upbringing. So I want to just talk about, if I can you tell us about your on the academic side, you moved to Aravada, to Shangali, and then in Mumbai, you went to Kirti College, as they call it, what we know as university here, where you studied chemistry. And it'll be so nice to hear what your thoughts were of this type of age when you were, and what you were doing. And so please, love to hear about your thoughts about your early life in education.
Oh yeah, that's a big question, a lot to talk about. Well, I was born and brought up in a village in Maharashtra, so I'm born in a devotee family where they used to sing bhajans. Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari, Jai Jai Ram Krishna Hari, not exactly Hare Krishna, but similar mantra. And I used to sit and enjoy, participate, and like that my father used to go on pilgrimage, walking 100 kilometers to take darshan of Pandurang Vitthal in Pandharpur, and and we used to wait back in the village, eagerly awaiting, especially for my parents. Father would bring some prasadam from Pandharpur, Vitthal Prasad. So I like that. And I moved for education from village to Dasgaon, bigger town, high school and a college education in Sangli, the district town. I moved to then it was Bombay, now it is Mumbai for my university education, and I was studying chemistry and physics. Of course, I wanted to be engineer, I wanted to be a doctor, I thought of being lawyer. Well, all those days I was just thinking of how I could serve the society, people, the nation, the humanity. So throughout my upbringing, I was, these thoughts were always on my mind. Different things I heard. I used to read the biographies of great leaders, Mahatma Gandhi, or Vivekananda Swami, or Jesus Christ, Abraham Lincoln, and so I always thought of being useful to the society, to the country, to the humanity. So this is how I was.
I heard you were a very bright student. You were top of your class, so academia came quite naturally to you. And of course, right now from academia, you're utilizing and dovetailing in this spiritual movement, what we call Krishna consciousness. So how did that swap happen? Was it like a utopia moment? You like some type of thought that will help serve what you were saying. So how did that transition happen from?
Well, as I said, as I went to Sangli for my higher education now, and I had access to the library, and I was studying. I was reading all these books about the leaders and the social welfare workers, how they serve. So although I always top notch for the top students in primary school, in high school, but in the college, then I was I was getting diverted, and even at one time I became a dropped out. I wanted to join Mahatma Gandhi's only disciple called Vinoba Bhave. He was in some town, some 1,000 kilometers from Sangli. So I went there to join him, but I was almost there, but then Krishna saved me. Later on I realized Krishna saved me because Krishna did not want me to join this Vinoba Bhave, but Krishna wanted me to join Bhakti Vedanta Swami Sheila Prabhupada. So I was brought back, and then I decided to go to Mumbai for higher education. And then I was losing my interest in higher education. I was realizing that there is something higher than what I am being educated in, or there's something higher, there's something beyond this, and I was looking for that. And then the Hare Krishnas came to the town, Mumbai, and they were organizing Hare Krishna festival in Mumbai, and they had advertised that American sadhus are in town, European sadhus are here. So this can't imagine of all folks of Bombay, including myself. American and sadhus, forget it. American scientist is okay, European scientist, but American sadhus, this was unheard of. So everybody was coming to check out. I also went there, and I realized they were monks. They were monks. I saw the monks. I saw the sadhus, Hare Krishna sadhus. And I was...
The rest is history, like they say, isn't it? Like the way... So, in your youth itself, you mentioned about this aspect of wanting to serve humanity. what came out. You wanted this aspect of serving. What were any other factors in your life that helped you come to this spiritual path that you are on for so many years when you were young, if I may ask?
Well, as I said, during early days of my life, childhood days, I was exposed to this bhajans and kirtans, and so that was in me. And as I had this urge to serve humanity, and I was reading. One of my hobby became a hobby of reading, of studying the lives of the great leaders, and that was pushing me, inspiring me to do something similar to what they had done in the past, or they were still doing, they were around. So that got me going, and as I said, the Hare Krishna festival I joined in Mumbai. Sheila Prabhupada was very much there. Of course, he was in the center of that festivity.
Cross Maidan Festival?
Yeah, Cross Maidan. And near
1971.
71.
Yeah.
March, April.
Yeah.
And one of the talks that Prabhupada, he was delivering talks every day, and one day Prabhupada talked about serving the people, serving the humanity, and I thought, he was giving me some answer to my questions. I wanted to serve, but I did not know where to begin. I had no resources. I did not know how to proceed and what to do.
Yes.
So Prabhupada said that Yatha Mula Nisechanena Sapyanti Bhujopashakha. This example he gave from Bhagavatam. He said, by pouring the water on the root of the tree, or even putting fertilizer at the root of the tree, then the trunk, the branches, sub-branches, the leaves, flowers, fruits, everything is nourished. And Prabhupada was explaining how the Lord, his name is Krishna. There are other names also, beautiful name. By serving him, and he's the root, he's the source of all of us. We're all connected with him. So by serving him, then simultaneously and automatically, everyone gets served. So I got it, and I thought this is what I was looking for, and I decided to join Hare Krishnas, and I became Hare Krishnas, a monk, and I started.
It seems like that was because that was another question, because there's so many paths out there. So you knew the path. It looks like at this Cross Maidan Festival in 1971, when you heard this from Sheila Prabhupada, who is our founder, Acharya, for those that may not know, it was like the turning point for yourself. I'd like to ask, if I may, now you're coming into the Hare Krishna movement, and because you come from a lovely village back in India, your parents were there, and how did they take the news that suddenly now you are joining this Krishna conscious movement, going a spiritual pathway, studies are on one side now? How did they take the news? It would be lovely to hear how, because I'm sure there's others who are on this call that might be thinking about spirituality and trying to put it into their lives, and they might be having similar type of questions coming up. How do I deal with these people? How do I make them understand? So how was it for yourself, if I may ask, with your parents?
They were shocked.
Yeah.
And from village, my brother came looking for me, because I used to reside with the villagers from my village. They were staying in Bombay. I was sharing room they were roommates, and they sent the news that the Raghunath, my name was Raghunath. No, Raghunath is not around. We have not seen him for days. So news went back to village, and my brother came running. Because they had come to know, I had told them in fact, that I had gone to join the Vinoba Bhai, Mahatma Gandhi's disciple, and renounce and be part of his organization. So they were anticipating something like this, Raghunath may do, and now I was no more to be seen in my room by roommates. So my brother came looking for me, and came looking, well, here, there, and they got a clue that I had been going to Hare Krishna festival. And there was the second festival in 72. And there was some little advertisement, little material I had left behind. I had left, but I left something behind. So they got the Hare Krishna festival, Juhu, from such and such date. So my brother came running, and news I received was, you had to come back, otherwise mother may leave her body, you had to come back.
Oh my God.
So what to do? I did go back. I took permission from my president, Giriraj Das Brahmachari. Now Giriraj Swami Maharaj was the temple president. He allowed me, and I went back. But I had promised my temple president, I'll be back. So while I was back in my village, lots of things happened. They used to think they're all talking. Such a nice boy. He used to be such a nice boy. So that's not nice. He used to be nice, but now he's Mahatma. Not nice. He was Duratma, that was nice, but he was Mahatma, not nice. So they were not even happy that, I was wearing dhoti and kurta, although my parents and my brothers, that was their attire. The robes they all lifelong. But they wanted me to be the modern man. They wanted to be modern man, be engineer and this or that, and instead I became a sadhu. So they were not happy.
So they were not happy, and I'm wondering, those that are joined, and we've got over 100 of you that are online right now in the Zoom chat, and I know through the other Facebook channels we've got quite a few more that have joined, and I just want to hear from the students, just if you agree, when you're doing this type of spiritual pathway and you're feeling, my God, what will my parents think? They're going to think I'm going to renounce everything. Of course, spiritual life, you've got two ways. You've got renunciation, and also you can also dovetail it into your life as well. So there's two parts. But has anybody else had this type of thought, oh my God, how do I explain to my parents I'm doing this type of spiritual activity? I just want to see maybe look, Sagar Vyas, who does wedding and events, said yes, every day he gets it. So just put a yes or no. Just want to have a look. If you've ever been feeling Hamanga Priya, thank you so much. Anybody else that's feeling this? Okay, Tama, thank you. Harshani, Mudita. So my parents encourage being religious. They taught me the way. You are so lucky, Risha. That's really great to hear. And look, I'm getting it, everybody. So Deva Priya. So this question, Maharaj, is quite important, and it's something that's nice that they hear it, that it's not just, should we say, everybody has this when it comes to it, because at the end of the day people don't know what it's about. So can I ask you, Maharaj, was there a turning point for your parents at some point where they started to accept it and they were more okay about it?
Well, this is what happens. Parents kind of turn anti or against. Then more time passes on, and then they become neutral. Some more time passes on, and then they become favorable. And as a result, now my brother, all my three brothers have become devotees. They became my disciples.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
And my sister and my whole village and so many of my friends are my disciples. My parents were not against me practicing Krishna consciousness or going to the temple. But then they were saying, do this at home, you do this we'll build a temple for you in the village. This is a foreign organization. They did not know what is this international society, who are these people. These are some Westerners you have joined, and they had no knowledge and that too, and they were kind of wanting me to become normal person.
Normalized.
Marry and practice Krishna consciousness, this, that, be Hindu. So that was fine, but the Krishna consciousness is a little beyond that.
There's actually one comment came through from Vrindavani. My parents freaked out, had to practice secretly for a long time. Wow, so well done for your dedication there. So you got this, and that saying, they say you can take the village out the boy, but you can't take the boy out the village. Here I've got a nice picture of yourself actually. I wanted to show everyone. You can see here you're doing Harinam Sankirtan in your youthful age with all these children. Can you explain a little bit here, Lokanath Maharaj, on this? What's happening?
This is Hare Krishna land, Juhu, Bombay, and I'm there. The first thing that I was most impressed with Hare Krishna movement or Hare Krishnas was this kirtan. That festival that I joined, American sadhus and European sadhus, some English sadhus, began chanting and dancing and they were doing all that with all their heart, with all their strength, and they were perspiring and they were totally oblivious to the surrounding. And thousands of people watching, but they did not care, and they were in their own world. So that had impressed me the most, and so that is what I took away from this festival, and this has become my life, chanting and dancing and drumming, and so there I'm serving. I'm serving those little children, their souls. So Prabhupada taught me how to serve humanity. So the little children I'm serving, chanting, getting them to chant and dance, as I was even new devotee there.
So one thing, what's nice, you talked about Sheila Prabhupada, and I just want to come on to him, and I see some questions about Sheila Prabhupada coming up. And I'd like to ask, if I may, is when it comes to Sheila Prabhupada, what was it that struck you the most about him? About Sheila Prabhupada?
Well, I think I already said one thing, that he showed me the way. I wanted to serve, but I did not know where to serve or where to start and all that. So Prabhupada gave me the clue or the answer to my question. This was a big question, and Prabhupada had answer. Krishna delivered that answer through Prabhupada. And the whole world, and including myself, we were impressed with Prabhupada's achievements, that Prabhupada had gone to America and then all over, and he had made Krishna devotees in foreign lands. Now this was an amazing thing. Even Prabhupada once said that Narad Muni was amazed. Narad Muni appeared in New York, and as devotees were doing street kirtan, and Prabhupada was laughing. Oh, why are you smiling, Prabhupada? I saw Narad Muni, and so even Narad Muni was amazed to see these Westerners taking to Krishna consciousness and practicing Krishna consciousness, and now Prabhupada had come with them. So India had been imitating and following blindly the Western lifestyle and the Westerners and Western values, and here you go. Here are Westerners. They are grabbing India's culture, ancient India's culture, I would say, not the modern, present-day India's culture is even worse than English culture or European American culture. I am talking ancient culture. Prabhupada got them to practice that, and now they have become sadhus, and they're, no intoxication. No. So these folks, they used to drink whatever, instead of water, drinking wine or whiskey or vodka, or for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, and now they are drinking only charanamrit, or eating only patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, no more muttonam, chickenam. This was amazing thing. So Prabhupada was a revolution in consciousness, the way people were thinking. So the whole display, demonstration, Prabhupada was, look at these Westerners, they are practicing your Krishna consciousness. So that was very impressive what Prabhupada had achieved. So I was impressed, and I decided right there, I'm going to follow this Swamiji. He is my guru, he is my guide.
The nice thing is that even here in the UK and different parts of even Europe, we have I've got it here, Krishna Conscious Society. So they're following Krishna consciousness. So I'd like to ask you, what do you think Sheila Prabhupada would say to this university group if he was speaking to them right now?
Well, he could also say, you Englishmen, you came to India and you ruled India, and while ruling, you thought, oh, this is the wealth of India, these are some valuable items of India. Whatever your viceroys, the rulers in India were thinking, this is valuable, you are all grabbing, bringing, transporting that back to England, you're looting India. But Prabhupada would say, while doing that, you Englishmen or youths of England, that your viceroys, your rulers, they left behind the most valuable items of India. They left behind, and I have come to do the home delivery. Oh, youths of Europe, England, please accept those gifts. And youths may ask, oh, what are those gifts? What is such a valuable thing that our viceroys could not acknowledge or recognize? And then Prabhupada would say, again, the ancient culture of India I have brought here. I have the knowledge, the wealth of knowledge of Gita, Bhagavatam, Vedas and Puranas. This is the most ancient and not just revealed revelations to some sages, but spoken directly by the Lord to Arjuna. There is no revelation, there is no instruction, and the knowledge that is in Bhagavad Gita, like Bhagavatam, like Puranas, like Vedas, like. So I have come with that, and I also have this Maha Mantra for you. This is Golokera Premadhan Harinam Sankirtan. So 500 years ago, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came down from the spiritual sky down to the earth, and he chanted and he propagated the holy name, and he also predicted that one day this holy name is going to reach every town, every village of the world. So I also have come with that gift of the holy name for you, English men, English folks, English youths. So please accept these gifts from India, Bharat Varsha, I should say. It's not India, is not one gentleman. No, he was getting on the mic. He was going to address the audience, and he said, "I want to introduce myself. I am not Indian. He said, I am not Indian. I am Bharatiya. I belong to Bharat Varsha, not India." Oh no, India is like any other country now, but Bharat is something different and eternal, in fact.
So for everyone listening, these are different names for India with a bit more heart. That's why they call it as Bharat, just so you're aware. And actually, we've got some questions coming on this. Hemangi Priya is asking, because we talked about scriptures, we talked about what we just did. What's so good about ancient scriptures, and why should one study or accept them?
Hari Hari. Well, that's the original source of knowledge. There are different called authorities, pramans, and the Veda is a praman. There is also pratyaksha praman, all that you see or hear, and that's how you get to know things. That's called pratyaksha praman, empiric knowledge. There's an inference also, pratyaksha anuman, and the Shastra Praman or Veda Praman or Shruti Praman. So of all these different evidences, the best are Shruti Praman. You know by hearing, and reading is hearing. So this is Purusho Veda. This is one becomes knowledgeable by reading those scriptures. What Krishna said, Krishna spoke, God spoke. So there's a mundane knowledge. There's a vidya and avidya. That kind of discrimination or distinction is made. Material knowledge and spiritual knowledge. So what you are all studying, we all study. I also learn the matter. So knowledge of the matter you study in your college. The physics, chemistry will teach you, or cosmology, or biology, or botany. All this is mundane, material, inferior, but there is something spiritual, superior knowledge, and source of all that knowledge is the scriptures, the Shastras.
So on this, actually, talking of scriptures, we had another question come in to do with, people practice different faiths, and if somebody's practicing Christianity, practicing Judaism, Islam, can they still connect it to Krishna consciousness, or is it that you have to practice Krishna consciousness and that's it?
Yeah, well, again, going back to the 71 Pandal program, the Hare Krishna
Yes.
festival, there was question-answer sessions were also going on there. And one Indian gentleman, he asked the question to European sadhu, and he said, the Indian Hindu said, oh, these Hare Krishnas have converted you. You were Christian before, and now you have become Hindu. They have made you Hindu. And I remember that European sadhu gave a very smart, very impressive answer. He said, no, no, no.